If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
With you now with some breaking celebrity dish news. Prosecutors have dropped some charges against Diddy. Joining us now is TMZ executive producer Harvey Levin with the latest late-breaking details. I mean, Harvey, I can't get through your story here fast enough. What's the latest?
Okay, it's a little bit confusing, Marissa, but let me explain. The prosecution sent a letter to the judge saying the judge had asked prosecutors and defense to streamline the proposed jury instructions. The prosecution is saying, okay, so let's eliminate attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. So now the question, what does that mean? We know the arson relates to Diddy allegedly blowing up Kid Cudi's car in a fit of jealousy, the fact that Kid Cudi had dated Cassie. So it would seem that they're saying we're just not going to pursue that when it comes to giving the jury instructions because the jury never directly tied Diddy to the actual arson of the car. Now, they do mention the word attempted, so I suppose you can make the argument that they're going to not say he attempted it, he actually did it. But that doesn't make sense because all they said in the testimony was that they believe he did it. Mm-hmm. And it went on fire, so it was done. So it seems like they're eliminating that. And similarly, when it comes to kidnapping, you may remember that there was testimony by Capricorn Clark, Diddy's assistant, saying that Diddy suspected her of stealing jewelry. They took her, put her in a warehouse and gave her lie detector tests, and putting her in that warehouse was kidnapping. It seems they're not going to pursue that. And there was a second one involving this alleged victim, Jane. So it seems they're taking certain things off the table, but I got to be honest with you, the letter's a little bit confusing, but it definitely seems the prosecution is pulling back on what they are going to argue to the jury in closing argument.
Absolutely. And when it comes to the aiding and abetting with the sex trafficking, that charge is still there, but they're pulling back on even some of those details.
And my guess is what they're pulling back on are things like Diddy's assistant booking a hotel room. I mean, that's booking a hotel room. You know, Travago is not sex trafficking. and, you know, just booking a hotel room is not really evidence of sex trafficking. So I'm guessing it's things like that that they might be pulling back on.
It definitely appears as if the prosecution have found some weak spots in their case, potentially, and that's why they're giving the jury those instructions, before making their closing arguments. Thank you so much, Harvey. I know this was breaking news that you all have provided us with, and we'll certainly stay in the know as we continue to cover the outcome of this case. Just a reminder, you can catch Harvey.
Now, before I get into this demonstration, allow me to give the hood-educated residents, some of the guests, a better understanding. I have no issue with P. Diddy. I don't even know him to have beef with him. And the reason why I'm breaking this down, because I see in the comment section there's a lot of people talking about you know, I want to see another black man down. I want to see a black man go to prison. We know how the system do us and stuff like that, right? And I just want the record to reflect that, man, I love my people. I'm talking about, like, I want to see the best for my people. It runs in me. It's in my bloodstream. But I don't see P. Diddy as one of those people. I don't see P. Diddy as one of those people that the black community should be championing. I'm talking about we shouldn't be putting him on our shoulders, you know, marching him down the street, because what has he done for his own community? not just the black community as a whole, but for his Harlem. What has he done for Harlem? Yeah, he gave a couple $1 million to the HBCs, you know, the historical black colleges and things like that. But anybody that's going to these black colleges, they family probably got a few dollars already, or they got some scholarship. We talking about the people that are less fortunate. What has he done for his own community? Is there any stores? I'm talking about like grocery stores with nice prices and stuff like that for the people, black people in his community. What about the clothing and stuff like that? You know, black people ain't got no money like that to be buying them expensive clothes. What about things for the at-risk youth? You know, youth. Has he been doing anything for the juvenile delinquents? Has he been doing anything for his community? All black people know is that this man right here got a lot of money. This man right here made some good music, and that he's a superstar. And now I'm supposed to hold his nuts and be like, yeah, this is he black and all that. That's what you do. No, No, your credentials ain't right. For you to have $1 billion, whether it's in cash or on paper, and you don't look back and take care of business for your own people, where's your race pride at? You see what I'm saying? And I'm not being racist. I'm talking about race pride. Everybody should have pride for their race. But here it is. You got a guy that's talking about he's a billionaire. And all he want to do is sell you some poison, some liquor. Something that's going to kill you. But not only that though. What about the people that got him them billions or the millions of dollars? What about them? All them poor, broke, and starving, except a few. The people that got him to where he is financially. He ain't even looking out for them, and them the ones that put him in position. So listen. I love my people, but that dirt bag, low down dirty dog, yeah, I'm dogging them now. Look, people are in the comment section talking about P. Diddy, he is black excellence and stuff like that. And the system is they on him, and the system is doing this to him and all that. Why the system ain't doing that to Michael Jordan and Shaq and, you know, LeBron James, Denzel Washington? I can go on and on with black excellence. Why the system ain't doing it to them? They just chose P. Diddy out of everybody. We want him right there. Get him. So in other words, what y'all are saying is that he shouldn't have no accountability for his actions. That's what y'all saying. When a black man do something out of pocket, we got to stand by him and say, no, he black. We don't care. We going to stand by him. That's what y'all do. Followers. I like to lead. I like to follow. The righteous though, not the unrighteous. So I just wanted to demonstrate with the multitude and let y'all know that, hey man, listen, I ain't got no problem with this dude. I don't even know him. But from his track record, from people that engaged in business with him, they'll tell you he a low down dirty dog. I ain't got to. So now let's get into this demonstration. They done dropped some charges, and I'm talking about people done went crazy. They all in the comments talking about some, yeah, how you look now? I'm still willing to bet. All you people that in the comment section talking, I'm talking about ain't put up a dime in Pakistan money. Y'all ain't dropped nothing. He got some faithful ones that done went over there to Instagram and like, hey, Hood, come on, bet it up. Ooh, I'm a man of my word. Ooh, I ain't gonna put their names out there, nothing like that. But it's some bread on the line. And I ain't changing. I'm still ready to do it. Come on. Go to the Instagram, get in my DM, or go to my Facebook, get in my DM, and let's lock it in. Since you champion and you're champion. I mean, you got them on your shoulders and everything like that. Hey, come on. Now, why did they drop those 3 charges? Let me say this right here. When I seen that they dropped the 3 charges, it wasn't no fear in me. I wasn't scared or anything like that. Because I don't got no beef with this guy. I don't hate him or none of that type of stuff. But he's a low down dirty dog, but I still don't hate him. And he ain't did nothing wrong to me. However, though, y'all who are invested and want to see somebody that is detrimental to our community be free is a goddamn shame. It's a shame. Free Diddy, free Diddy. What did he give you? How much did he pay you? The same people that's running around talking about some free Diddy, free Diddy. If he put y'all ass on a record label, he gonna do y'all just like he did all them other guys. And they was black. Huh? Yeah, he gonna treat y'all just like he treated them. Gonna give them they masters 30 years later. The masters ain't worth nothing no more. Yeah, that's why he gave them they masters and they publishing and all that old type of stuff. It ain't worth nothing no more. He done sucked it dry. Took all the money. And then now all of a sudden, just to act like he brother love and all that. Hey, I'm just giving all my artists they masters and they publishing. You know what I'm saying? Ask them how much money they making off that stuff now. Ain't nobody playing that old ass music no more. We into shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and sex and drugs and rock and roll. They into that type of stuff now. They ain't into that old music that he was making. This is the type of guy that y'all got on y'all shoulders, though. Champion running down the street. Yeah, this is, hey, P. Diddy, yeah. Pathetic. But let's get back to it. Why did they drop the charges? According to the reports that I got, right? The reason why they dropped the charges is because they do not want to confuse the jury. They want to hit him with the hard. RICO is still on the line. I don't know what y'all done thought. He's still charged with the RICO. He's still charged with the sex trafficking. They got rid of all the weak charges. Hey, you know what? This might be hard for us to, to prove and stuff like that. We ain't meet all the elements of the case, so we gonna throw that away. That's weak. But that RICO, yeah, we got that. Strong. And that's the main case that everybody complaining about. There ain't no RICO, Hood. There ain't no RICO. Look. I ain't gonna put it out there because it's money on the line. And I'm telling you, look, alright. But the sex trafficking, it's still up there. They only dropped them charges because they don't want to confuse the jury. When they come hitting hard, man, they gon' This man right here still, just for everybody. He still got the RICO charge. They gonna bang him on that. He still got the sex trafficking. They gonna bang him on that. For all y'all that followed the case, yeah, come on. They gonna bang him on that. The transporting of prostitutes across state lines. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. The prostitutes got on stand and testified. Yeah, they flew me in from. Yeah, they paid me. How you gonna deny that? You got the victim. Understand something now. Regardless if it was consensual, you gotta understand the law. That doesn't matter when prostitution is on the charge. Listen, why y'all think prostitutes don't go to jail but the pimp go to jail? Have y'all ever thought about that? Prostitutes are considered to be victims. So they can get up there and testify and all that old type of stuff and tell what happened. Regardless if they said, you know what, I want to sell this thing for this pimp right here. I love him. I want to sell it for him. That's against the law. So here it is. For those who followed the case, the prostitutes, the male prostitutes, was on the stand. Hey, yeah, this is what happened. You know, I got paid for it. Not only that, the victims, Jane Doe, Cassie, testified a multitude of times. Hey, yeah, you know, P. Diddy gave me the money to pay the prostitutes, the entertainers, or however they want to slick say it or whatever. Yeah, he gave me the money to pay it. He called me and said, I want to do a freak off. They listened to me. They got text messages of him saying he wanted to do freak offs. They got text messages of him saying that, hey, look, I got a surprise for you. And it comes out these is freak offs. These is prostitutes that are being paid to have sex, which is illegal. No brainer. No brainer. So now let's get into the sex trafficking, right? Sex trafficking deals with fraud, coercion, and manipulation. How did he manipulate somebody hood educated? How did he force somebody hood educated? How did he coerce somebody hood educated? Well, for those of you who know, Cassie was signed to P. Diddy. And he used her contract to make her do freak offs. He used her contract as a tool to manipulate, to coerce her to do the freak offs. I mean, am I lying? For those of you who followed the case, am I lying? And she was signed to his label for years. And he used that contract against her to make her do what he wanted her to do. Now I can hear it right now. Hood educated. She said she wanted to do it too. Hood educated. She did it on her own. And y'all are 100% right. But that does not negate the fact that he used the contract to make her do things that she said she did not want to do. It's over. It's done. Now, I would get into the RICO, but if I get into the RICO, I might not get my bet money. Some people might be scared. They gonna be scared if I bust that RICO down. They gonna be real scared. I ain't gonna get a bet, y'all. Hood educated residents, and guess y'all gotta excuse me on that demonstration. But I would bust that down because I'm talking about they got money trails. Money trails. Bad boy money trails of illegal activity. That's all I'm gonna say. Proof. They got proof of it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. Now, again, I'm standing on and I'm ready to lose this money. I'm trying to give people some free money. That's all I want to do. I just want to give away a couple dollars. That's it. That's all I want to do. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Facebook, Hood Educated. On Instagram, Hood_educated5. Over there on Instagram. Get at me. Come and get some of this free money, man. I'm talking about, because I know y'all believe in y'all mind. The case weak. They dropped 3 charges. The case weak. Listen. Dropping those 3 charges made the case stronger. And y'all probably say, how hood educated? How did it make it stronger? Let me explain to you. You gotta understand something. When you get all those charges, the judge had to explain to the jury all those charges. He gotta break all the elements down of every single charge, and that can be confusing to a jury because it's a lot to consume in a short period of time. But if you keep it short and sweet, we can remember that. Yeah, the little small stuff, yeah, that's easy. That's like 1, 2, 3. You remember that all day long. ABC, you remember that all day long. And so that's what they doing. And they doing that with the RICO, sex trafficking, and the transportation or transporting prostitutes. All bangers. The aiding and abetting, the kidnapping, they say, well, we didn't put too much on it. We didn't prove that right there, so we're gonna throw that out right there. The arson, well, we didn't get too deep into that, so we're gonna throw that out right there. But the 3 that we keeping, we proved that. This is the federal government we talking about here, y'all. We're not talking about no state case. This is the federal government. You think they finna bring this man right here in the courtroom to be playing games and he got $1 billion? You think they didn't cross their T's and dot their I's? Come on. Now, the closing argument's supposed to start tomorrow. Now, I gotta keep it real with y'all. The closing arguments is a whole nother animal in itself. And I'm not taking nothing away from his attorneys because they gonna come with it. But the stuff that they gonna come with as far as, and I can see what they gonna do already because they already showed their hand in the Rule 29 motion. They gonna try to throw everything on Cassie. They gonna try to throw everything on Jane Doe. And what they gonna try to say is that these women was willing participants. They wanted to do this. And they're gonna say that, he didn't have anything to do with it. He was just a guy in the background. These are his girlfriends. This is a relationship. The court shouldn't be in the bedroom with these guys or in the hotel room or anything like that. That's against the law and all. They're gonna try to play it like that. But that's not going to work. It's not gonna work. And let me explain to y'all why it's not gonna work. Here it is, you got 2 women who are victims. See, y'all still looking at them like, hey, them his girlfriends and all that. Them is victims now. You gotta understand the difference. These women are victims. And that's what the prosecution is gonna tell the jury. They victims. They was coerced. They was manipulated. They was forced to do this stuff. They didn't want to do it all the time. The times that they said no, that's what we want to talk about. We're not trying to talk about the times that they said, okay, let's do it. Because we understand the reason why they said okay is because of the manipulation of Sean P. Diddy Combs. Let's talk about the times that they didn't want to do it. Let's talk about the times that he used his money and his business to manipulate the situation, to coerce them, to force them to do criminal acts, which is prostitution, having sex with prostitutes, and illegally paying somebody for sex. That's going to bang him. Period. It's just that simple. It's not complicated. But y'all keep on, put P. Diddy on your shoulders, keep marching this dirtbag down the street, talking about some, yeah, man, free this black man and all that. Man ain't did nothing for nobody. Nothing but himself and his peoples. That's it. That's it. His family. Ain't nothing outside of that or none of that. Name one. I'm talking, because somebody jump in the comments and just tell me one thing that P. Diddy has done for them. I'm talking about a regular person, not somebody that he used and abused, because he did that to his own artists and he did that to his own women. Let's not talk about Kim. Rest in peace to that sister. But a lot of y'all believe that he killed Kim. I don't believe that. I believe the sister was sick and that's how she died. But a lot of y'all that's championing him, holding him on y'all shoulders, believe that he killed Kim. But y'all want to turn him loose back into the community. But y'all love y'all black people. Y'all pathetic. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.